How do you work out what's the longest iron you should carry in your bag before you start crossing over to maybe fairway woods or hybrids? So the longest iron in my bag is a 6, one up from this 7. And what happens with my 6 iron is when I hit it, it starts failing when I start to try and push on from a different distance from that with an iron. So what that means, if I put the 5 iron in on top of my 6 iron, I hit shots, I use a launch monitor, you could do it at a range, and I start finding that the 5 iron starts dropping shorter and longer a lot more, and it's a little bit more left and right. So my dispersion increases a bit too much, where if I go and put a 22-degree hybrid in my bag, which I have, what I find is the jump from my 6 iron to my hybrid in performance isn't that dissimilar. They blend. So you've got to work out where you're maxing out. And for lots of people, what you'll find is you'll just start losing launch. So meaning you'll have a club in your bag when in certain situations, say from the ground, it just doesn't get up in the air. This is when you should start looking for clubs that help you a bit more, where a hybrid or a fairway wood might pop the ball up a little bit higher, might help you from different array of lies. So if you get on downhill lies, for me a 5 iron's just pushing me harder than the hybrid does. So why would I want to make golf harder? Work out at the top end if you do have some clubs that are just pushing, asking too many questions. Every time you pull them out, you don't hit a green, you don't hit a target with them. And ask yourself, is there a replacement? Is there a 7 wood, a 9 wood, a 5 wood, a different lofted hybrid that might do a better job? And then go and test it. Because often for lots of golfers, as you find, that they have a club near the top end of their bag in their iron set that just doubles up, like it doesn't get used that much. And the double up is another point. Over the years of doing gap testing with people, what you notice is that they have gaps. So you start at the bottom end, wedges, 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, kind of 7 iron, 6 iron, 5 iron, they all start bunching up for lots of golfers, which is where then a hybrid or a fairway wood can push that club on a bit further, and you drop the 7, the 6 or the 5. Often it's the 5 iron for golfers. Certainly in modern lofts. Remember, modern clubs, lofts are getting stronger and stronger. So I've got a 7 iron in my hand here, but really I see it as a 6 iron. Like if I hit this 7 iron, I'm going to be carrying this. If I strike it half decent, like 180 yards. So that's not my best swing in the world, and that one's carrying 185 going to 195 near 200 yards. I can't hit a 7 iron that far because I know this is a 6 iron, stronger lofts. So make sure the lofts are working for you. See where you start to really fail at that top end, and then start asking yourself these questions. What could I replace it with? Often you'll find an answer.